Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are here, I'm sure you saw a gameplay of Guard Amiya and thought, the heck? Yes, Amiya has a guard version and what's more it is free. If you are still a beginner, Guard Amiya might be a little too far away for you. The requirements of getting Guard Amiya are such: Amiya must be at Elite 2 and Amiya must be present in your team when you clear Stage JT82. Stage JT82 is found in Chapter 8, which is currently the last chapter of Arknights. After you clear JT82 with Elite 2 Amiya, you'll get a nice cutscene where Amiya transforms into a guard and you'll notice that Amiya can now be changed into a guard here. Now comes the big question: is Guard Amiya good? First let's look at the caster version of Amiya which everyone has. Caster Amiya is a single target caster, our core caster if you want the official name. She has a higher than average HP among the other casters from the same archetype, a decent attack, but has a low defense, good resistance, and an average attack interval of 1.6 seconds. Her talent states that Amiya restores 2 extra skill points when attacking an enemy and 8 extra skill points when killing an enemy. This is a decent talent that allows Amiya to charge her skills faster outside and during combat, which is extremely helpful since her skills costs a ton of SP to activate. However, this talent will not be available until Amiya is promoted to Elite 2. At Elite 1, the talent will be written as with no effects whatsoever. Moving on to her skills, Caster Amiya's first skill is the usual attack speed buff, an okay starter talent, but you should not mastery this skill. Her second talent states that Amiya fires 8 times with 60% attack when attacking, and attacks random targets within attack range. This skill is automatically activated and Amiya is stunned for 10 seconds after the skill duration. This skill is quite lackluster. The attack buff isn't great and the skill is an auto-trigger skill. You have very little control over it. The SP cost of this skill is absurd at a whopping 100 and the stun lasts very long as well, not a skill worth masteries. Caster Amiya's third skill. Yes, this bunny girl Kohai has a third skill despite being a 5-star. States that her attack plus 230%, max HP plus 100%, range expands, damage type changes to pure. After the skill ends, Amiya will automatically be retreated. Now this skill is pretty good. Its SP cost is still insanely high but the attack buff is very good, plus the max HP buff improves her survivability. But what makes this skill good is Amiya's damage becomes pure damage, in other words, true damage. I explained in one of my videos why true damage is so good. Basically, Amiya's damage ignores both defense and resistance and deals the damage equal to her attack per hit. This is amazing against all enemies and works especially well against Patriot, who is the boss in Chapter 7 due to his high defense and resistance, definitely Caster Amiya's signature skill. However, she will be KO'd at the end of the skill so timing it correctly is extremely important. Now let's look at her guard version. Guard Amiya is an arts guard, or arts fighter if you want the official name. This archetype allows her to deal arts damage with her basic attacks. She has a higher defense and HP than her caster version and has a good amount of resistance and relatively short attack interval. However, being from this archetype, Guard Amiya only has 1 block count, making her a lackluster lane holder. Her talent is different in her guard form. It states that all allied units on the battlefield gain plus 7% attack and defense and is doubled when Amiya's skill is active. This is an okay talent which offer a small attack and defense buff. Moving on to her skills, her guard version only has 2 skills, and the first states that Amiya's attack plus 80%, gains 60% arts dodge, and attacks turn into double strikes. This is a decent skill that improves her survivability thanks to the arts dodge and boosts her DPS output with the attack boost and the dual strike ability. Furthermore, this skill doesn't have a drawback and has a cheap SP cost and good skill duration. This allows Amiya to constantly activate her skill and giving her teammates the attack and defense buff with her talent. This skill is usually used if Amiya is played as a consistent damage dealer. Her second skill states that Amiya immediately searches for the lowest HP target in front of her and attacks 10 times for 220% attack as arts damage with the last hit dealing double damage as true damage. Each enemy defeated during these slashes will increase Amiya's attack by plus 40% and resistance by plus 20, stacking up to 3 times. Afterwards, Amiya will deal true damage for the remaining skill duration. However, this skill can only be used once per battle. Now this is the go-to skill for quick burst damage to take out a couple of enemies or a boss in one go. This skill is extremely similar to Guard Chen's skill, but unlike Guard Chen's skill, Amiya's skill deals arts damage, which can be better in some situations. The attack buff is good and the further increase in attack per enemy kill is also decent. What's more, she will deal true damage for a certain amount of time after the 10 slashes, making her a boss slayer operator. This skill is definitely a good one. So, who is better? Personally, Guard Amiya is much better as the competition is low. As a core caster, Ayafala is way better than Amiya in most situations, but as an arts guard, Amiya might be one of the best out there. That being said, you don't have to rush to build Amiya as she isn't really used a lot by other players, and occasions where you will be using an arts guard is few and far between. However, at the end of the day, your Amiya must reach an Elite 2 promotion to clear JT82, so make sure to build her over time. And that is all. Hope this video was helpful in introducing Guard Amiya and Caster Amiya's kit. I will be making similar videos in the future, so please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.